What's going on, guys? Go back at you here with another video. I'm finally getting around to the 1990 video of the Barry Sanders PC. So hopefully you guys had a chance to watch the 1989, his rookie season. We talked about him coming out of college and dominating the NFL from his very first year on the scene. So I was taking through you guys the Lions as a team, how Barry did that year, and then the PC cards that I have of him for that season. In 1990, his second year, he started all 16 games. He played all 16 games multiple times in his career, and that was another one. The Lions were 6-10. They finished in third place. Young team. They drafted that season in April draft. They drafted Heisman Trophy winner Andre Ware from Houston. Didn't quite pan out. Some say that the coach never gave him a chance. Others say he just didn't quite make the transition from the spread offense that Houston was running to what they wanted to run in Detroit. So, but they're behind Bob Gagliano, and so Barry was basically the total offense. He led the whole league in rushing with 1,304 yards, led the whole NFL in touchdowns with 16, and just finished shy of the scrimmage lead at 1,784. I think Thurman won it that year with just over 1,800, if I'm not mistaken. He did win the rushing title, though, his first rushing title of his career at that point, and first Lions rushing title since 1940. His big game that season. Now he did have a few games. I think he had 4 or 5 games that were over 100 yards rushing. Although he like never got the ball 20 or more times in a game. I think he ran the ball 20 or more times in a game, like 3 or 4 times. And he didn't get the rock. The guy averaged, I think, 5.1 yards a carry in 1990, and the only ones that averaged more than Barry didn't even have like half the rushing attempts that he had. One was Randall Cunningham at quarterback, and one was an up-and-coming Bo Jackson, who was a phenomenal athlete but split carries in the backfield, so he didn't even have close to 200 carries. But Barry led the league in rushing, and that's going to say something when they know that that's the only weapon on your team. On a poor team, at 6-10. So the big game was Monday Night Football. I remember watching this, and they actually had a card commemorating this game that next year, and you'll see that in my 1991 card set. But this was the Monday Night Football game versus an up-and-coming Raiders team with Bo Jackson at the helm, really splitting carries, like I said, at that time. But this was that game. And the first couple of minutes, they split it in half. They called it the Bo versus Barry game. And Bo had the first 2 minutes of this highlight, and Barry had the rest. So you can see the spin move coming off the tackler. Boom, touchdown. I think they just give another side view. It looked like a draw counter almost. But he just cuts it wide and spins off guys like he's known to do. Just another view of it here. See if we can take it to another play. Yeah. So you can see the hesitation movement, the footstep on the outside. Yeah, this counter come back. At that point, he had 7 carries for 65 yards. Only 9.3 carry with 2 touches. Not that much. Here he catches a little dump pass. Oh, this was another delay. See ya. They say he had 2 touchdowns that night. I believe it's 176 yards is what's he finished with. There's 103 at that point. So some say he was just a spread runner, a stretch runner, but he takes it right up the middle there, breaks the outside here. And then Bo versus Barry. So Bo had a great game himself, 14 for 118 on a touch. They fed the ball to Barry a little more, 176 and 2 touches. That's the most carries that Barry had that season, actually. I believe he had another game with 23, and then that was it, though. So not a bad game. I'm sure that you guys that are old enough probably remember that one. So getting into the cards for 1990, he has more obviously than he did in the previous year, 1989, but it's still not a lot in that season. So 1990, the first one you're going to have here is the Action Packed. Oh, remember the Action Packed there. Okay. Then we had the All Madden team. So Madden came out with a set. Madden came out with a set and put those together for a few years there. This is the Asher, is that what it is? Yeah, Asher Candy Stars and Stripes. I believe they came with candy canes. Pretty nice. Nice one there. Then you have the base Fleer. And the Fleer All-Pro. I do have these in alphabetical order, so ones that I'm missing so far, All-American College Sensations, and there's 2 cards by British Petroleum, or BP cards. One is card number 6, and the other one has a contest rules on the back. The other ones I'm missing are Kenner starting lineup cards. There's a couple of different ones of those. King B discs, Living Legends gray, Panini stickers. So there's 3 stickers from the United States, 3 stickers from the UK I'm missing. I do have this Pro Set one. This is the base one. But I am missing the Hawaii Trade. So if you guys, it doesn't say the official NFL card on it, and I believe he has a lay on the back. So I am missing that card. That's one of my Holy Grail cards for the Barry collection, is to get that one nice and neat. Because it is a higher end one from one of his early years. Then we have the 1990 base Pro Set, card 102. Here's the Pro Bowl card. Very nice. The photo contest one. And then there's 2 other Pro Set cards that I don't have. They are card number 1 and card number 102. So it'd be that card, except for on the back, they have like facts on there. And then the same thing with this. This is the Collectabooks. I don't have the Sports Card Price Guide card from this set. But I do have the Collectabook, which is really nice. You can open it up. It has a little story. We have the Score base. The Score Thunder and Lightning, the Ground Force. The Score All-Pro. There's a lay, but it's not the Pro Set one. I am missing the Score 100 Hottest. I am missing the Sports Card Inc. Superstars number 1 unlicensed. This is the Hot card. Here is this the Young Superstars. Yep, Young Superstars. Here's the Sports Illustrated card. You can see the perforations there. Then the next set you're going to get to is Topps. And with Topps, some of you might not know this, but let's see if I can pull this out here real quick. Okay, so some of you guys might not know this, but for the Topps ones, you can see that I have the same card, right? So if you look on your 1,000-yard clubs, if you guys have those, you're going to see, so this one here, disclaimer, 1 star. Disclaimer, 2 stars. No disclaimer, 1 star. No disclaimer, 2 stars. So I do have those set up as 4 different cards because they are 4 kind of like error / variations, I guess you would say. So if you are a super collector, and you have a player that has like these 1,000-yard clubs, especially from 1990 or early 90s, you might want to check that out. You'll notice that I have 3 different of the rushing leaders with Christian Okoye. The easy one to spot here is lines and no lines. But then you'll say that, oh, well, this one has lines also. But if we compare just those 2 cards, again, disclaimer, no disclaimer. And then I have the lined variation with a disclaimer. I'm not sure if they made one with no disclaimer on that. Not that I have seen so far. And then finally, same thing. You probably already have guessed it. Disclaimer, no disclaimer. So just kind of a little weird thing that they did. I don't know if on accident or by purpose, but I imagine it's by accident. I am missing the Topps Tiffany cards. So I don't have any of the Topps Tiffany for 1990. The 1990-91 stats with a Z, no numbered. And then this is another one of those unlicensed ones. This is the Silver Streak. This was a nice poster back in the day, and they made it into a card. So I do have that one as well. So that is my 1990 Barry Sanders collection. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the little brief history of how Barry did that season and the cards that go with that year. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully we won't wait as long next time until we get to the 1991s and so on. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.